Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Employ Baltimore Show. I'm your host, Marvin McKinstry Jr., workforce supervisor at the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, and I'm excited, as always, to be able to not only come to you today, but to bring you amazing content and specifically bring you some awesome opportunities. We have two guests with us today, one from the community side, and the other one is doing great community work, but also has some positions that we're going to talk about. But before we get to that, I got to talk about and shout out the greatest producer in the daytime talk game. That's right, above everybody that you see in Hollywood, Chicago, and everywhere else. We got the wonderful and awesome Miss Katanya Lester, who is pushing all of the buttons and making things happen while we're broadcasting today. Katanya, thank you. She's the booker, producer, to everything. I just show up and talk, and you know we love and appreciate you. I got to shout out last week our guest host who stood in my stead while I was working on something else, Mr. Bill Collins, and Aunt Dee Dee, Miss Deidre Moore Durant herself. I love both of those folks. They came and brought you a fire show in my absence. So I wanted to make sure that I said, showed love and sent shout outs to everybody. You know, giving honor to everybody who was due. Right now, I need you to join me because what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I hit the share button, I hit the like button, and I need you to do the same thing. So if you're already tuned in, do not be selfish. That's right, I said, do not be selfish. Make sure that you are sharing this broadcast, even tag people in the comments that you think could benefit from the great information that we're going to talk about today. And as you do, we're going to see more and more people get great opportunities. All right, y'all. We got some powerful things that are happening out here. Of course, first and foremost is Women's History Month, and we've been shouting out women all the week long. I've been telling all the month long. I've been telling people that even now, when you look around Baltimore, you see men in spaces that we weren't in, unifying, coming together, trying to attack some of Baltimore's issues. But before you saw that coming together, our sisters was holding it down. I don't care if it was the mothers that was raising the sons, that are fathers who were in prison or absent. I don't care if it was the work that was going on out in the street. Miss Daphne Alston from Mothers of Murdered Sons and Daughters, Val Jenkins of Hugs Don't Shoot, pastors like Pastor Ebony Harvin and Bishop Lisa Weir. Women across the spectrum were at the forefront of maintaining the city of Baltimore along while we were getting ourselves together. And now we want to make sure that throughout this month we continue to shout them out. Tune in next week because we're going to have a very special guest who is one of the most powerful women in the city of Baltimore. She's rarely seen, but you feel her impact every time you get a job through one of the people who are part of the business services team in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. I'm going to leave it just like that. We're going to have a few testimonials as well, but be here next week to hear who is the visionary behind a lot of the great work that we're doing. All right, what's up, Lewis, my man? That's right, y'all. Shout me out. I'm gonna shout you back. We got a good number of people on here. Shout me out so I can shout you back during the broadcast. Governor Larry Hogan did something that I think is just powerful. He literally removed the 4-year degree requirement from a lot of the state positions. And I've always said that while I respect people who had the privilege and opportunity to go to college, we should not eliminate those folks who have the experience, right? And there's some places where people have been qualified, experienced, and the requirement of a degree has eliminated them. It's been a tool for segregating folks who should be able to be in the conversation, sit at the table, win the opportunity. And so we are excited that when it comes down to state jobs now, we have more people that can get into those opportunities because of that new measure by Governor Larry Hogan. All right, y'all. Tomorrow, make sure you tune in. We are going to be coming to you live tomorrow from the War Memorial Building for our Youth Works kickoff event. Youth Works has been around. Some people say 30 years, some people say 35 years, but I think those are just the versions of it with the name Youth Works because it was blue chipping and so many other things before. And some of the people, I ain't gonna call y'all name, who told me that they were a part of the program way back when, Y'all old, man. Listen, I know you see all this gray in my face. I'm proud, but they old. So this program has been around blessing our young people for a really, really long time. And this year we're celebrating a milestone and doing a kickoff tomorrow with a press event. And yours truly is going to be interviewing the mayor, Senator Corey McCray, our director, Jason Perkins Cohen. So y'all make sure y'all tune in right here on Facebook Live so that you'll be able to see and hear from them people. And the most amazing thing about it is the mayor, Senator Corey McCray, these people who are in the hierarchy of politics in Baltimore City are all Youth Works alumni, y'all. So this program has been steering great people in the direction to become even greater. Make sure that if you have an opportunity to support some young person, you do it in the same spirit that we do. All right, y'all, March Madness is underway. And listen, your bracket got to be destroyed if you anything like me because you did not pick Kentucky, number 2 ranked Kentucky uh knocked off in the first round. I didn't pick it. So we know your bracket is busted. We know that you completely thrown it out the window. But if you got a new pick, right? If you got a pick to replace what you thought originally was going to happen, put that in there in the chat in the comment section and let us hear who you believe is going to be the NCAA champion. I don't know about you, but I'm still riding the CIAA wave that came to Baltimore. But I am, because I'm an avid sports fan, also tuned into March Madness, cheering and encouraging all of those young people who young. And listen, we always talk about the NCAA from one perspective when it comes to March Madness. There's both men and women's basketball. Don't forget to show some love and shout out the sisters who out there making it happen on the basketball court. And last but certainly not least, we got our people's poll question for today. I ain't picked this one. I got my vote. Somebody on here just said something, and we're gonna deal with her later about what she said. The people's poll question. Before we had shrimp and grits and all this stuff that we in love with now, you just got you a bowl of grits. You put your pat of butter or margarine in it, and that's where anything can happen because depending on who you were, the next thing could be salt and pepper or it could be sugar. I need y'all to get in the comments right now. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm a salt and pepper guy. Grits, butter, salt, and pepper is my choice. Grits, butter, and sugar may be yours. I need y'all to get on here right now. And I need y'all to get in the comments and to tell me, are you team salt and pepper or are you team sugar? I am team. I'm putting mine in the comments. I'm team salt and pepper. And I need to hear from y'all. Are you team salt and pepper or are you team sugar? That's going to tell me a lot about you if you team salt and pepper or you team sugar. All right, all right, all right, y'all. It's time to get into the show. And we have two amazing, amazing guests today. And both of them tell me they got time today. They here for all of it. So you might see all three of us chopping it up on the screen. But I want to get started with this young lady who was amazing. When I came into the backstage area and I saw her sitting on the screen, I said, my goodness, can you get any more initials behind your name? Y'all, she is solid, certified, qualified. Come on, there you go, Brandon. Brandon, not the mascot. We know about this. I think everybody pro shrimp and grits, but we need to know if you team salt and pepper or team sugar. But Brandon, I don't know. Brandon might be upscale. He might only eat it with shrimp in it. But this young lady is doing great work. She is the director of talent acquisition. And if I got that wrong, she's going to correct me with the YMCA of Central Maryland. She is Miss Nia Jones with all the initials behind her name, every one of them. Come on, bring her on the screen. Thank you for joining us today, Nia. I'm excited about you being here. I was a little jealous. Y'all see my virtual background. I'm trying to shout out, the Employ Baltimore Show and shout out our brands. We get ready to go through some brand reconstruction. I said, my goodness, she did color coordinated the background, the glasses, the shirt. She's showing me up today. Hey, Nia, welcome to the Employ Baltimore Show. Thank you for being with us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here. And yes, Nia Jones, Director of Talent Acquisition for the Y in Central Maryland. And I did have my license next to my name. I worked real hard for it. I'm also a licensed social worker, but I got rid of it. It's all about the Y.
That's right. You know, no. Listen, I'm trying to tell you it's important because some young person that might be struggling through school or whatever the case may be, trying to see if it's still worth it, maybe inspired by those initials. So if it was room, I'd have preferred you put Nia Jones, LMSW, YMCA, INC, all of that. Put it all out there. That's right, because you
I love
earned that. First of all, shout out to you. You are a powerful Black woman, and this is Women's History Month. And I'm excited to talk to you just about that. But tell us a little bit about yourself and about this work that you're passionate about doing.
Sure. So I am a native Baltimorean. I live here. I've only ever lived in two zip codes: 21213 East Side, 21217 West Side.
We're gonna forgive you for the 13. We love you for the 17. West Side certified. Y'all know where I'm at. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so the work that I do has always been around really helping people to meet their basic needs, right? And so that's why I'm a social worker, but it's also why I became a recruiter. So, and in time, I was a researcher for a really large hospital. I noticed people in my city were having a lack of education, but also a lack of employment opportunities. And so I wanted to make sure that I could meet both. And so I'm a school social worker by trade. I've been a human capital specialist, an HR business partner, a recruiter for over 12 years now, which I can't even like wrap my mind around. I know I only look 12 myself. And so I have dedicated my life to making sure that people that are historically marginalized, as well as those who have all kinds of opportunity, are able to get the jobs that they need and desire. I'm a graduate of Morgan State University for both my bachelor's and my master's. So I'm super Baltimore. I love my
Yes.
and I just, again, I love making sure that people are happy, healthy, and whole. And a lot of times that starts with, I don't have the money to do the thing that I want to do, right? And so I have to have the job to get those benefits and to do the things that I want to do and to make myself feel better. And so
That's
that's
right.
my mission.
Chicken box or cheesesteak.
Chicken box.
That's what I'm talking about. You so Baltimore. I tell everybody, yeah, we might got some mean cheesesteaks down here, but that's a Philly thing. You
Yeah.
from Baltimore, it's all about that box, them four wings, five wings, six wings, and fries.
Yep.
Nia, that is very, very impressive. You have accomplished so many things. Um, and then dedicated your life. And there's a kindred here because I tell people all the time, there's absolutely nothing like being able to be in that position to be able to change the social economic direction of somebody's life
Yeah.
with two words. You're hired. I'm
Fire.
telling you, I get chills every time I'm either telling somebody they got the job or somebody's reporting back to me that we work with that they got the job. And you have some opportunities that you're here to talk to us about today. So I'm going to get on out the way and let you do your thing.
Yeah, so the YMCA or the Y in Central Maryland, as you may see it, we're at almost everywhere around in and around Baltimore and the surrounding counties. Right now, we're doing our summer camp push. So we have day camps that run during the summer, as well as overnight camps that run in Harford County and also just below the Pennsylvania line. And then we have summer programming across Baltimore City Public Schools. And so that's our really big push right now for people that want to really make an impact in a child's life, as well as maybe do some administrative work. And so we have lots of opportunity for summer roles in our youth development space. We also have opportunity and open to training people that want to be lifeguards, people that want to work in the health and wellness space, people that want to work in those centers that you see usually in the community, whether you're in Druid Hill, in the over west, or if you're at the Weinberg location over east by City College, also my alma mater. And so we have lots of full-time and part-time opportunity where you can put all of your passions together, which is really something that I love about the Y, and potentially have a full-time job if that's your desire. And then during the school year, we also have opportunity for people that want to again work in city schools and in schools that are in the surrounding counties for our before and after school enrichment. So that might be attractive for somebody who is trying to fund their dream, right? You want to do the thing that you do best during the day, but maybe you have some time in the morning or in the evening where you still want to make impact in a child's life. And so our before and after school enrichment programs, as well as our school partnerships programs, work with young people on what's called a split shift. And then we have plenty of opportunity as well in our administrative offices around. I'm looking for a recruiter, somebody that will want to really have boots to the ground full time, helping me find people to change the lives of people in general, as well as a couple of other opportunities in and around the city. We're also opening two new preschools. In the Weinberg location, we are expanding to have spaces for infants. Right, so people are having babies, which is awesome, but they need someone to care for their child, and so we are opening those classrooms to for infants, and so we're looking for people to be able to work in those classrooms. We will help you get your license. So if you want to work with young people and you want to work toward your 45 or your 90 hours, we'll actually pay for it for you to get that certification in exchange for your time for working with us. We also hire certified teachers. So let's say, for example, you are in a classroom. I wouldn't want to steal anybody from a classroom. I told
Get
y'all
them.
I
Get
work
them.
for city schools. But if you have your license and you're a retired teacher, or you don't necessarily want to work in a classroom all day, but you want to work in a Y program and you have your certification, we're open for you as well. And so there's a ton of opportunity for people, whether you want to work with children, work with adults, work with older adults, work with teenagers across the organization. And so we would be super happy to have you on our teams.
The Y has been around for a long time. I remember being a child, especially the Drew Hill YMCA. We had our neighborhood rec centers then, and we know that one of the hot button topics in Baltimore has been where are the rec centers, but the Y has continued to stand. Several years ago, I had the privilege of being able to do some direct work with young people inside the Department of Juvenile Justice,
Mm.
literally going into the facility down on Gay Street
Mhm.
and being able to share my testimony about how God saved me from some of the things that they were working in. And that was facilitated by the Y. I don't think people really understand the full reach of the Y. Tell us about a lot of the things that the Y is doing. You mentioned where the opportunities are, childcare and all, but talk to us about the general mission and some of the opportunities that people have to get served by the YMCA.
Absolutely. So we have a food pantry that runs in the Druid Hill location. It's actually called the Michelle B. Coat Jackson Food Pantry, and individuals are able to benefit from that space. We've run vaccine clinics. We provide, in the past, that Druid Hill location was actually the first location in the area for people of color, right? And so, in so many spaces, people that look like me weren't allowed to go into YMCA's, and that Druid Hill location was the very first one for Black people. And so we've always been on the front lines as it relates to social responsibility, and really making sure that people have what they need. And so whether that's vaccine clinics, whether that's being on the Hill to fight for social justice issues, if that's registering people to vote, if that is working in a community school and really making that school the heartbeat of the community. So if students need uniforms, if they need free summer program opportunities, if they need food, if they need a job, if they need housing, right? Really being those social workers in the community. And so the Y really has a large reach in helping people across our state to get the things that they need. Some wise, not necessarily ours, but provides like hotel options. I know that the one in New York City used to rival the Hilton family, and so the YMCA is where basketball was born. It's where Jazzercise was born, right there in the Towson location, and so we are such a part of American history, that I think that often you don't learn that until you're really a part of the organization and you really kind of attach yourself to the mission.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that recruiter position that you're looking for specifically? Because unlike some of the other managers that may not be here, you have a chance to really make a pitch. And listen, y'all, if you're a part of our viewing and listening audience today, you need to tag some people in this. This is valuable information. That listen, it sounds like it's a lot of opportunities, a lot of job openings, and there are people who need them. So y'all get in the comments. tag the name of somebody that you would like to join us so they can get a direct alert to come on into the room while we talking to Miss Nia Jones, who is the Director of Talent Acquisition. Is that for all of the YMCA of Central Maryland?
For the whole thing.
Y'all, she gangster. Don't let the label fool you. Mayor's Office of Employment Development, but we keep it real around here. That's gangster. Sis is doing the thing. That's what I'm talking about. You listen, y'all. I get excited about stuff like that. I love it. When I see people who have put their head down, went and got the things they need to get, and they come back into those spaces. Man, this sister could be in corporate America. She could be in a private practice serving people that got a whole bunch of money and all of that. But she, like my brother who I seen on here, Tavon Thomas, this guy literally was in his private practice. An opportunity came in our agency to help young people. He walked away and came back. Man, this is purpose driven work. It's
Yeah.
life changing work. And this sister is on the front lines getting it done. I get excited about that. But tell us about your recruiter opportunity that you have available.
Absolutely. And before I get in trouble, I forgot to mention that we also provide Head Start programming. So for our babies that need that education before they even get to pre-K or kindergarten, the Y provides that as well. And so we are all across Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and in Anne Arundel County, providing that really important work as well. And so I don't want the Head Start operators to be mad at me. So I had to put that in there. But in terms of the recruiter, so I'm looking for a full-time recruiter that is going to help me really source people. Again, I told you we're all across the state, and we're providing positions for not only our health and wellness side, but also for our youth development side. And so this person has to be a go-getter, right? You got to put boots to the ground. We're going to be at colleges and high schools. All next week, we're going to be with the, I believe it's your mayor's office is doing
High
it
school job fair.
at a high school job fair. So we're going to be there. Really, and somebody that can be an innovative thinker, right? So I'm always thinking outside of the box, coloring outside of the lines. And so how can we get, especially in the age of COVID, right? How can we get people that want to be on the front lines, right? So wanting to be in a classroom, wanting to be in a health and wellness center, and so really being able to sell the organization to people. And they also have to be a business partner to the organization. Talent acquisition and human capital is the biggest part of anybody's budget. And so we want to make sure that we're always working with the product line operators to make sure they have exactly who they need, so that as we open classrooms and as we expand and as we grow, they come to us to be that really subject matter expert around recruitment. And so in terms of education, it's really somebody that understands people, right? So my degree is in psychology and in social work. And so somebody that understands people, somebody that is a people person, right? Can turn it on, make you fall in love with them. I saw Brandon Scott was on here, and was actually my coworker at the Y, and everybody loved Brandon. And so really somebody that can do that work and make people fall in love with the organization.
Man, listen, y'all heard it here today. We are talking to the West Side Certified. We gonna forget that 13 thing. West Side Certified 21217, Baltimore City College graduate, Morgan State graduate, 2 times over for bachelor's and master's degree. Now talent acquisition director for the YMCA. This powerful, powerful, powerful sister who is doing all of these things, bringing great opportunities. Nia, we want to thank you for being with us on the Employ Baltimore Show. It has been absolutely my pleasure to have this conversation with you today, and I'm certain that we're going to have to bring you back because that was a lot of information, and we're going to need to be able to share people. But moreover, I want you guys to remember she's looking for a full-time recruiter. We're going to get the information up on the screen to how to get that full-time recruiter. We Miss Deirdre Moore, Miss Deirdre Moore Durant, D Durant at oedworks.com, is the person that you want to send your resume to, and you want to say it's for the YMCA recruiter position, because we want to definitely make sure that we get quality people into that opportunity. And I'm going to tell you now, just from what I see about Nia, if you're going to come, make sure you come correct. Make sure you get your resume reviewed by Mr. Rant or by somebody in our system. and make sure that you dress to impress and you do all of that stuff, because I can tell if you're gonna be coming in here, you gotta come correct. Not because of anything less than she believes that the people that she's serving deserve nothing but the best. Nia, I really, really appreciate you. You're welcome to hang out with us if you want to for this next segment. But I'm serious, man. I'm glad you came on today, Katanya. You knocked it out the park with this one. Because this was a great conversation.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm coming back.
Absolutely. We want you back. Am I gonna see you next week? Will you be at the job fair?
I sure will.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to meet you in person. All right, Nia may hang out with us, and we're gonna keep this train moving. Listen, y'all, if you haven't had an opportunity, our people's poll question today is your grits. How do you like them? Do you like them with salt and pepper, or do you like them with sugar? I need y'all to get in the comments and make sure that you are answering the people's poll question. The comments are going crazy today. We got a nice audience. If you have not already, tag somebody in the broadcast so that we can get them on the screen. You are on live right now. We're doing this live and in color with the Employ Baltimore Show. We come to you every Thursday at 1 p.m. live with employment opportunities and with community services. And that is the perfect segue to talk about this brother who is my brother. And I mean, my brother, we have been in the trenches together. We have walked the dark streets of Baltimore. We've done work in places where you got to have a real show enough hood pass to get into those spaces. And he has opened up doors for me in some communities. I've been able to do the same for him. We sat down, and this young man's passion, not only for helping people, but for his specific community, has had him grow to great heights and notoriety. Not even that he's looking for that. But if you're going to do this work, somebody got to know your name because it helps to open up a door. Now, I like the original version, Raised in Cherry Hill, right? We are talking to the one and only Mr. Michael Battle of the Rich program in Cherry Hill. What's going on, good man?
Big bro, how you feel?
Man, I feel great, man. I'm excited that you on here.
Yes.
Y'all see Catania put it up there, restoring in the city hope, and I'm with all that, right?
Right.
But I like Raised in Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on, man?
Man, I'm out here trying to get it done.
Listen,
So,
and look, you could not have a more appropriate background right now because that whiteboard is infamous. We have gotten into that room and that whiteboard and pulled pure genius out of ourselves, bled ideas, concepts, and all of that, man. And it's the reason why I respect you so much, man, because you just such a visionary, and yet at the same time so humble and unselfish, that you respect other people, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, because I can go on. I could be your walking resume, man. That's just how much I love you.
yeah, no doubt, man. I love you more, bro. So my name is Michael Battle. I'm a servant of the city of Baltimore. Um, I'm the executive director of Rich Restoring in the City Hope, and we just try to serve the community. We try to be a beacon of light, and a resource to our people. So just a little bit about myself: born and raised here in Cherry Hill, born to an addicted mother and a father. So my house is what you call a shooting gallery. So people paid my mother in drugs to use the space to get high and stuff like that. So growing up in that environment, I saw a lot when you talk about um, CPS, when you talk about being molested, when you talk about the ambulance coming to get people out your house being raided. Like I've been through a lot of that. So when I was 13, my mother died from a drug overdose. I found it in a bedroom. So, hurt people. So I turned to the street, lived that whole life for a few years, and then God saved my life. So once God saved my life, I come back to the community and I saw a lot of little Michaels walking around with that same pain, trauma, and hurt. So it was at that point I decided to I dedicated my life to doing this work. So this is what I do, and this is what I'll continue to do till my friends and family put me in the ground.
You on live with the Employ Baltimore Show, and listen, y'all. So many people that are in this great work is testimony driven, and you would never know because there's not always the opportunity or platform to share that side of it. But when you talk about turning pain into purpose, Mike, you have done that in a way that is tremendous. Tell the people about some of the things that Restoring Inner City Hope is doing and offering to the residents of Cherry Hill.
Yes, sir. So we have an after school program that we're running now. We partner with my old elementary school, Cherry Elementary Middle. So we offer the kids tutoring, mentoring, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, hygiene, conflict resolution, leadership skills, STEM, etiquette. We take them on trips. A big part of the program is exposing the kids to different stuff. So we want to take them outside of their environment. So we take them on trips and stuff like that. And we really just tap in with the kids, man, and we lead with love. You know, just being there for them. We operate Tuesday through Thursday from 3 to 6, but my phone never goes off. And if they need me, I'm here Monday through Friday. So just being a resource and loving on these kids, man, and just being there.
One of the things that we talking about more and more in the circles of us that are blessed to do that work is the need or necessity to catch the young people, the younger the better. And talk to us a little bit about why it's important that while you do so many other things, that you in the school and you getting them while they're so young.
Mm-hmm. So us as leaders of the community, man, we up against the social media, we up against the music, we up against the movies. So you know, we got to catch them while they're young because that's what's leading them. So we have to give them a reality check constantly and let them know that's what's real. You know, so and also give them hope. You don't have to do this. You can get the same things that they have by doing this way. You don't have to go that way. You know, so you don't have to be a product of your environment. You know, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're strong. You know, so we have to instill that in them at a young age. So as they coming up and they come to that fork in the road, they will make that right turn.
You on live with the Employ Baltimore Show. We talk to Mike Battle, Mr. Rich Program himself, Restoring Inner City Hope. I'm gonna say something that's maybe a little bit off color because I've had the privilege and honor of meeting your queen, Miss Danny, and we always joke you when you come on a Zoom meeting and got her name down there. But talk about the teamwork and the partnership because I'm certain if you won't admit it, right, and I know you will, that you wouldn't be doing what you was doing if you did not have her in your corner as dedicated and committed to this work as you are.
Hey, bro, let me tell you, bro. That is the biggest blessing that God ever gave me, right? My wife, man, I get a lot of gain from my wife. When you talk about just being blessed to wake up and do life with someone that constantly inspire you every day, like, man, that woman is amazing. I never saw a person like her, you know, so and she mine. So I thank God every single day for that woman, man. That just my ideas, just motivating me, pushing me to take it to the next level, never letting me get stagnated. Just her intelligence, everything about her, man. So yeah, shout out to my wife Danielle Battle, the real boss. I'm just the face of this thing. That's the real boss. You call the shots.
But listen, I love the way you articulate that, man, because it's important that when we're committed to this work, that we have the right people at whatever level of family. Because it's not easy to understand people who are passionate about saving lives. You know what I mean? It's different when your job is just a 9 to 5. You go to work, you come home. You go to work, you come home. But in this facet, you bring the work home with you and all that. Yeah. And God is definitely giving you the right partner. I want to talk about that whiteboard because, you know, that's the infamous whiteboard, man. We didn't put some real work together on that whiteboard. Yeah. And some of that work has been about the expanding of the Rich program, which kind of started around a youth-centered focus and now has legitimately moved over into the space of workforce development, connecting Cherry Hill to the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Talk to us a little bit about, I want you to start from the beginning. Talk to us about the vision to do that. Because when I got the call, I was like, okay, he out there at it again.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you how God worked. So you saw my fancy little background I had. Kept cutting off. I said, "Oh well, this must be you know?
Absolutely, absolutely."
But no, just so we started out. Okay, I'm gonna take you back to the beginning real fast. We started out with just so once I changed my life, we started out with a prayer walk, just one prayer walk. We had 34 people, right? Just continue to be consistent at it. That's what God told me to do. So that has grown to a couple hundred people now, right? So then at the prayer walks, we would have different resources for the people, right, for the community. And then I noticed that they gravitated to the resources, right? So we wanted to dig a little deeper. So then God provided the opportunity for us to get our own space. So that's when the at the school program and the summer program and all that started. So now that we're here, never get stagnated, right? There's always work to be done for our people, right? So the next thing I noticed was, I'm always in the trenches. I'm always in the hood. So I keep my ear to the hood and the street. So people, we had Corona, and then people need jobs. So what I believe is, if we invest in these children but send them back into the same environment, what have we accomplished? So we want to work with the family as a whole, right? So that's where this came about. Not only just giving jobs out, but teaching people how to keep jobs, how to properly build a resume, how to properly, and actually you taught me this, how to properly search for a job. Just that fine print that a lot of people don't teach. What does it mean to be to work on time? If you got to be there at 8, that don't mean to get there at 7:55. Just small things like that. So yeah. So when I came up with that, I called Big Bro, and Big Bro got right on it with me.
Man, listen, you are on live with the Employ Baltimore Show. We are talking to Rich Pike, raised in Cherry Hill, restoring in the City Hope, about the expansion that is the Workforce Development Program. Mike, you recently connected with our Bush Street location, which is the closest to where you are. But I'm a person that firmly believes, and we talked about this. Whether it's me with Lexington Terrace Homes, you with Cherry Hill, that Baltimore is a city of neighborhoods. The idea that any one program or one movement is going to save the city is great aspiration, but Baltimore is a city of neighborhoods, and you got to work in your sphere of influence. Um, the fact that you literally have established something to become a gateway to employment, but it's right there where people can get to it. How important was it that the access point be right there in Cherry Hill?
So we want to tear down the barrier as far as transportation, lack of finances to be able to get to Bush Street and stuff like that, or to different hubs. So um, it was just a blessing, man. With the help from you and brother Maurice and Bill over there at Bush Street, talking to Miss Yvette Clark and things like that, man. So it's real important to just bring it to the neighborhood, bring it to walking distance. They don't have to. It don't require a lot, but just to get here, and we got it from there. So this is huge, man. This is a big partnership for the Rich program. So I'm excited. Can't wait to get started and get people employed.
That's awesome, man. So look, Mike, you've been about a great work for a long time, man, and to continue to see it grow is something that's blessing my life. What can we look forward to coming from Restoring Inner City Hope, raised in Cherry Hill, Mike and Danny Battle and the team?
Yeah. So we of course the workforce development we launch in April the 5th at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. So we're excited about that. We're preparing for the summer program for the youth. We have now we are a site for youth work, so we'll be able to get some kids a couple of dollars in their pocket. So that's what we working on next, man. Just getting ready for the summer. Summer is always a good time. We teach a lot during the school year at the school program. So the summertime we kind of let them let their hair down a little bit and have a little more fun, take a little more trips. Also we get ready to launch with the youth a juice bar. So Baltimore is known for snowballs, but we want to pour life back into the community. So we ready to do this juice bar thing for the summer with the kids. And that's what we got going on, man. We're ready to start our food pantry April the 5th as well. Um, yeah, we working, man. We busy.
Man, listen, you are on live with the Employee Baltimore Show. I'm your host, Marvin McKinstry Jr., workforce supervisor with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. And I've had the privilege today of interviewing two amazing people. Can we get Nia back on the screen with us just for a few minutes while we get ready to wrap this thing up? Nia and Mike, I'm telling you right now, I've been in this game for a long time, but it's people like you who continue to inspire me to do the work. To just to know that there are people out there. And look, when you see it done the way that we get to see it done, you see it done at multiple levels, whether it's the historic, established, long time around organizations like the YMCA, or whether it's the new established up and coming organizations like Restoring Inner City Hope, y'all, that shows us that there's balance in this work. And we, as parts of the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, get to be connected. I've been in this agency now for it's been a total of 16 years, but over the course of the last 21 years, because I left for 5 years. And the one thing that I always say, the ability to collaborate, to create, and to move opportunities in the direction of people who are looking for them is the ultimate reward. I want to thank both of y'all for being with us today. It's been an amazing, amazing, amazing opportunity to sit down and to talk and to share with people some of the amazing things that are happening in Baltimore. Y'all know the news, the mainstream media ain't gonna pick this up. They busy reporting on who ain't doing this and who corrupting that and how many murders it is. But today we have a beacon of light in the YMCA, in the Restoring in the City Hope program, and in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development that says, do not lose hope. Don't give up. Don't quit. It's still some people out here on the front lines that's opening doors and making things happen for you. So I thank y'all so much that y'all stand so purposed in the work that you're doing. It's one thing when you're chasing a paycheck or you're chasing grants, but when your heart is in it, and it's so evident that your heart is in it, it means something completely different. I'm excited about where these partnerships are going to go. We're going to get all the jobs filled up and get the people that want opportunities into them. But one more time, thank y'all so much for being with us today. I
Thank
want
you.
to thank our producer, Ms. Katanya Lester, for being with us. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow as we're going to be live from the War Memorial starting at about 10 a.m. We're going to be interviewing the mayor and a few other people right there at the press opportunity to talk about the kickoff event for YouthWorks. It's the kickoff press conference for YouthWork. I believe, I don't know, I'll have it together by tomorrow. This is year 35 under that brand and banner of YouthWorks. Y'all, listen, continue to support our young people. Continue to support our young people. Y'all heard passionately from both of I am YouthWorks alum, formerly Blue Chip, and yep, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all heard passionately today how the YMCA and how Restoring Inner City Hope is serving our young people, y'all, because that's where it begins. We haven't given up on anybody, regardless of condition. But if we can grab our young people now, we can do the preventive work. We can do the work to deter them. Thank you, Ms. Gwenday Pearson, who says, great show. I shared the link to M4 Secure. I remember you. How you doing? We met one time about some opportunities that they have, and maybe it's time to get you back on the show so that we can talk a little bit more about the opportunities that you guys have there. But I want to thank our viewing audience. I want to thank you, especially if you chose to like, love, share, hang out with us, ride the entire show out, whatever it is. It helps because we want Facebook's algorithm to go crazy and more people to get an alert on their device saying it's opportunities and it's things that's happening positive here in Baltimore. I am blessed, and I've been blessed for 16 years over the course of the past 21 years to be a part of the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Y'all, we have one goal and one focus, and that's to be connectors. We're connecting the dots, we're connecting with the people we need to connect with, and then connecting opportunities to the people who want to be connected to the opportunities. We have been around for a long time. We got people here that double my time in the agency because this is purpose driven work and we just love to do it. Thank you for joining us on the show today. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development, if you're looking for an opportunity, we're looking for you with a focus on economic justice. Our goal is to build a workforce system here in Baltimore that really works for the people of Baltimore. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow and thank you for joining us every week. I love you guys. Looking forward to the next time. Peace. Oh, throw that west side up, Nia. Don't bluff. Throw that west side up.